Kyrie Irving is undefeated in his career in a closeout game.
Yes.
15-0 now.
I can't.
16-0 is on the table here tonight.
Doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so I'm stunned that it's 3-0. It could be 3-0 the other way. When the Wolves were leaving the court at the end of Game 3, I said this yesterday on the show, it's like they were leaving a funeral. Current number at DraftKings, Mavericks -2, total is 210.5. Are we going to get superstar Anthony Edwards tonight or a guy who runs out of gas Anthony Edwards in the fourth quarter?
I know. What is going on there? He's 22 years old. He needs oxygen. He's running out of gas every game. Yeah. Luka's got the front porch. He's chubby. He's fine.
It's been one of the biggest talking points about Luka's career.
Yes.
How he has not been in shape. He's okay. All of a sudden, Anthony Edwards, 22 years old, is up against it, hits a brick wall in the fourth quarter of Game 1. Can't move.
Yep.
Where'd that come from? Does he have health issues that we don't know of? I hope not.
Yeah. I mean, I know. Remember, Barkley said it's over. Barkley said this twice. It's over. It's a wrap when Minnesota won the first 2 games in Denver, and it wasn't going to go back to Denver. And then he said, well, that's it. And the Draymond said Minnesota looks defeated and they can't win this, and then they win the last 2 as well. So you can't look at it and think of, well, we're going to win 4 in a row. You just get this one tonight, get it back to Minnesota, and then see if you can make a series of it. But when you can't handicap this, that Cat and Ant have been awful. And all-time bad with Cat, what he's done. So this is so bad with Cat, I don't think you can bring him back next year. Because this is what you play for. As Parcells says, this is why you lift all those weights and do all the work. And the guy, irrational confidence and keeps chucking. You know, I do agree with what Shaq said, that once you miss your first couple threes, get down low and then stop taking the threes because it's been so bad for him. But you also have to drive and attack the basket with a purpose, and he's not doing that either. He's just like going to the basket for the sake and just throwing up crap, what he's done. 15 of 54 shooting in the series, 4 of 32 from 3 in the last 5 games. The lowest 3% three-point shooting percentage in a conference finals in NBA history, 13%. I mean, he's killed him. He's been so bad. And also keeps chucking as well. Not to realize, hey, it's not your night. Let someone else do this.
How about this? Not your series.
That too. And it's also on Finch. You know, they're all over him in Minnesota about why isn't Nas out there more? You can't play Nas and Cat at the same time. You had the nice run in Game 3. Why does Gobert then get back in the game? And, you know, all this talk about – I'll just say this. I'm not going to bring up Wemby again. I just can't stand Gobert's game because what he does from an offensive standpoint.
He's useless offensively. No, it's only putbacks.
That's right. That's all it is. Putbacks, and even the alley-oops aren't even there. Like you see what Lively has done and Gafford and how Dallas uses that to their advantage.
Right. No, I said this yesterday on the show, too. I mean, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. In fact, I had Gobert's back on this, and Stan Van Gundy brought it up in the broadcast. He felt bad for Rudy Gobert because the Timberwolves, I don't know how they allowed this to happen repeatedly, including the end of Game 2 when Doncic hit the 3. How many times has Gobert been lost on a guard? That's not, he's 7'1". How is he going to guard Luka or Kyrie or another guy? That's pathetic by Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's not Gobert's fault. You can't put him in that situation.
No, I agree with that.
That said, again, we're getting to that point where maybe he's a little unplayable. I'd like to sit here and tell you that with no Lively in the game tonight, his rebounding prop is 10.5. He should be able to dominate the boards tonight. Is it going to be to the point of where I actually put my own money on Gobert to do that? I can't, because what if there's a spot again where they say he's completely ineffective right now, we're better off without him on the court, we got to get him off, and we got to have Naz Reid in there. Like, that could happen. So, who's going to grab all the rebounds for Dallas now that Lively is going to be out? Because Gafford, his in-play rebounding prop was 5.5 when Lively went down. I think he finished with 2 for the game. Like, he's not that guy. Does Luka have 10, 12 rebounds tonight? Does he take over?
Good point. It's a tough game. It's down to 1.5, and that's some people, again, are saying it's free money, but that's the Lively injury's enormous. And then every game in this series has gone over the total. That's another angle to look at. Now we're up to 211 with the total tonight. Mm-hmm. So it comes down to what are you going to get out of Cat and Edwards? That's the first. I mean, because the supporting cast is McDaniels was great in Game 1. Conley's had some nice moments. Naz Reid. I mean, but it's like, come on.
Well,
Edwards and Cat were terrible in Game 2. You still led by 18, and you blow that game. but just they're magicians. This duo of Kyrie and Luka, and how well they're playing and how well they can close, and they combine for 66 in Game 3. Washington hits a couple threes. I mean, it's just everything they did at the deadline was A+.
Have you seen the updated numbers, by the way? Through 3 games, comparing the star players and the bench players to each other?
Go how so? Go ahead.
Here are the numbers.
Yeah.
Luka and Kyrie have outscored Edwards and Cat by 70.
Yes.
Okay. The rest of the Wolves have outscored the rest of the Mavs by 57.
There it is.
That's it.
I know.
That's the series.
Mm-hmm. How can they be this bad? Cat, I can't be that surprised, although it's 13%, my God. But they didn't miss a beat when he got hurt, and they almost grabbed the 1 seed. Still, it came down to the final couple games of the regular season. But it's
I would also say that.
Come on. And it wasn't. They weren't comparing him to him in terms of what he was like as a player. It was more of being an assassin and 22 years old and how he carries himself and all the other stuff. But it's just, the Jordan Edwards stuff, and now he gets on the big stage and he shrinks, and I don't understand the running out of gas.
No, I don't get that part.
Getting tired and winded. It's like, what? Like you said yesterday, does he have asthma? Are we not aware of something here?
Sure.
He needs the oxygen at the end of the game too?
His points prop tonight's 26.5. I believe it's 6 straight unders on his point prop. I can't go over 26.5. He had 26 last game. But are we going to get the guy who's going to attack the rim like he's going scorched earth on every human being on the planet? Or is he just going to sit there and settle for threes late in the game?
Yeah.
Now, he can hit threes, but I don't want that guy the entire game. I want him to be relentless out there. I want him to be on a mission of mercy. And he doesn't play like that in the fourth quarter. The third quarter the other night, he was taking over the game.
Yep. I have to channel my OKC game plan and go back to take away Kyrie and let Washington and maybe Hardaway and these other guys beat me. Yeah. I'm going to have to leave him open because I don't want Kyrie to do it, but that's also I had the number 1 defense in the league. I embarrassed at times embarrassed Denver and made the champs look ridiculous and foolish, and I can't stop these guys right now.
Here's the thing. I can't believe I'm saying this with how good the defense is on the year. I don't think they can take away anybody at this point. I would say good luck trying to take away Luka or Kyrie. I don't know if they can do it. Because we're getting also no-shows. You want to talk about Cat and how bad he's been. Can Conley step up and have a big game? McDaniels was awesome in game 1. You can't expect that every single night. How about Alexander Walker? Can he step up and instead of taking left-handed threes when the shot clock's about to expire from the corner?
Yeah.
They're not. That's me saying that after I just told you that the rest of the guys on the team are completely outplaying the rest of the Mavericks players in terms of scoring points. But that was a lot of McDaniels game 1, and Naz Reid has been awesome in this series. So I want
to see a lot of Reid. But that's also, who knows what Finch is going to do with adjustments as well.
He's 12.5 tonight.
Yep, and X's and O's.